Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie Fisher. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I am owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. The topic for today, again, not novel, and I realize I say that quite a bit now, but when you're 300 or 400 videos deep, there's some repetition that goes on. It's okay, repetition over time, that's often what helps us learn. But one of the things that shows up when people are processing through and trying to come up with strategies and new tools to navigate things that have hurt them in their past, how to successfully move forward when they've been hurt or harmed in their past. One of the things that can happen is a harsh self-appraisal about why are you not healed yet, or why are you not further in your healing? And often where I'll land with clients consistently and invite them towards it again and again is recalibrating what we think healed actually means. And one of the stories I'll often invite clients towards is when I was 13, I was delivering newspapers and I fell and I dislocated my knee. I couldn't get up off the ice, laid in the middle of the road for 20 minutes until the EMT showed up. And then what had happened was between 13 and 15, that happened 3 additional times. So 4 times I was just, even as I think about it, gross. My knee would just go out of socket and my leg would splay in the direction it didn't belong. Because that's happened, and because there was a point of injury where I was crossing ice and this unexpected thing came out of nowhere and just sucker punched me and invited me into an altered reality. So now I'm not going on class trips because I've re-injured myself. I'm not able to participate in academic or social events because there's these medical and physical issues going on. It had an effect, and it had a series of cascading effects that 13, 14, 15-year-old Stephanie had to process through and deal with. Now come to my adult life. I live in West Michigan. Ice is still a thing here, right? I don't stay indoors all winter. I still go outside. I still take my dog for a walk. Yet, when I see ice and my dog is jostling after, a squirrel or running off, I'm bracing because there is a lived experience of injury on ice. And for me, healed doesn't mean I'm not affected. Healed means I do the thing anyway, and I breathe through the distress of the ice being under my feet and my dog running off, and it's like, you're okay, it's okay, we're okay. And some people, they get frustrated and they say, Steph, why am I still affected by this? It was 25 years ago. And it's like, because there was this point of impact that reshaped your reality, at least for a while. And so you walk around and in your physiology, you know that a single point of impact can alter your reality. That's a learned experience. That's something that's actually happened. And so trauma and navigating it and becoming resilient in it, it doesn't mean you're not affected. It means you're moving on in spite of the fact that that thing happened, and you're still bravely walking across the ice, but you're walking across the ice with an understanding that that type of injury can happen. Now, this is a very it's a very minor example of a trauma. Now, in my story, it wasn't minor, but we would consider it more of a small T trauma versus a big T trauma. And even that, my clients will nod in understanding of like, well, I could see where you'd still be a little uneasy around ice. It doesn't mean I'm not healed, friends. It just means that that history has happened. And so self-compassion doesn't say, Steph, get over it. You're overreacting. It's 25 years ago. What's your problem? Compassion says, if you need to move very slowly over ice, girl, move slowly over ice. Ice is a little uncertain sometimes, and especially in your history, Steph, you know that. That's the piece that I invite clients towards again and again, letting the story be the story without being so harsh with ourselves that we're not somehow healed. Because I think sometimes we get healing wrong. We often assume healing means we're unaffected. Friends, we're not unaffected. We move forward and we adapt, and we can still live successful lives. We can still live healthy lives. We can still live emotionally well lives. When I walk across ice and I pause, it's just because history shows up too. And even with the history there, I take my dog for a walk anyway. As far as I understand it, that might be about as healed as I get. I think that's okay. That still feels pretty successful because history happened, and I'm allowed to compassionately say, Steph, for you, ice is more than ice. Ice is this thing that demonstrates a point of impact that dysregulated to a pretty large degree 2 years of your life. So for some people, it's not a big deal. For you, it is. Self-compassion says you're allowed to let it be a big deal and keep moving anyway.